Hi everyone, now let's look at another LeetCode problem. Today we are working on problem 20, valid parentheses. Given a string S containing just the character, braces, curly braces, and square bracket, determine if the input string is valid. An input string is valid if 1. Open bracket must be closed by the same type of bracket. Open 2. Open brackets must be closed in the correct order. And 3. Every closed bracket has a corresponding open bracket of the same type. Alright, let me reread the problem description to see if I have any questions. We are given string S, where they consist of the open of the brackets, various types of brackets such as the regular bracket, curly bracket, and square bracket. And we need to determine whether the string is a valid bracket, is a valid string. A valid string has to satisfy all the conditions where there must be a corresponding open and closed bracket, and they appear in the correct order. I think it's clear on the problem description. So can I assume that the string will be there will be at least one element in the string? Mm, Then the answer is the S length is between 1 and 10 to the power of 4. Okay. Can I? Okay. I think that's pretty clear for me. I think I understand the problem now. Let me think of some possible approaches. Alright, before that, let's go through some example there. First one, we have S consists of open and then close bracket. Obviously, this is true. Second string, we have open, close, and then square bracket open, square bracket close, curly bracket open, curly bracket close. And this also return true. The third one, we have open bracket and then followed by square bracket close. This is false. The fourth one is we have open bracket, open square bracket, followed by close square bracket and close bracket. So this is true as well. So off the top of my head, I think I could come up with one solution. In here, you make use of a stack, and every time we encounter an open, so there are two possibilities. We encounter an open bracket of any type, say type P. So if there is an open bracket, we insert it, we put it inside our stack, and then if the next, then we move on to the next character in S. If it is still an open, then we continue append it into our stack. Then when we encounter a close, we need to pop out one element from the stack and then make sure that they are of the same type. If not, then we will return false because they are the open bracket is not followed by close bracket of the same type. Otherwise, if they are followed by the same type, then we continue moving on to the next character, and then we keep doing so until we go through all the character in S. Does this sound reasonable to you? I am pretty good about this. May I proceed to coding? Okay, so now I'm going to proceed with coding. I think in Python we are gonna use the deck. Let me check. Yeah, so there's something called deck in Python. And the basic operations that are append and pop. So for stack we are gonna use append and pop. I think that would be enough. Yeah. So let me just use that. First of all, we import the deck, but then I think it's already imported in LeetCode. So let's just call it an open and break. So we're gonna run through the character as now. Then we're gonna check if C in let's see how we can do this better. I'm thinking of a better way to we need a better way to map the open to the corresponding close bracket so that we know that we are checking that we are opening. We know the corresponding close for each of the open bracket. So and we also need to know whether a bracket is an open or a closed one. So I'm thinking of a good way to do this. I'm thinking of using a dictionary. So we could use a key as we could use the open brackets as the keys and then close bracket as the values. So I think that could work. How about if we use just a string? So open string, I'm thinking of using an open string, a string containing all the open brackets, and then a close string which has all the close bracket in the same order as the open string. Is that better? Let me think about it real quick. I think it's just more clearer to just use a dictionary. So in here I'm gonna create a dictionary variable. Let's call it um, mapping. So for syntax here I'm gonna call it mapping. Then this would have all the open bracket as keys and then the close bracket as values. Here we have three types of brackets. I'm gonna put them all in the dictionary. Yeah. For now, I'm gonna check what I can do is If C is in mapping, it means that it is an open. I'm gonna append it into our stack. Else, then okay, here I'm gonna assume that all the S character is consisting of only brackets. So I think that is stated in the problem statement. So let's move on. Then I'm gonna pop the open. Let's see how we can do this. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Instead of using else, I'm gonna check array open dot pop is not equal to C, then I just directly return false. Otherwise, at the end, I think this could, this is to check whether the close bracket match. Hold on. Okay, so it's not the open string matching the current string, but the mapping of the open string, meaning that we get the uh, close bracket and then we check with the current bracket whether they are also the same type. If they are not, then we return false because the type is different. And then at the end, we need to check. Let's see how we can do this. Okay, so one way, I think we missed one important step here. So the early part we need to check before we pop it. Otherwise, let's see how we can do this. Okay, let's just check the length. If the length of the open stack is 0, then we return false. Okay. So if there is no open bracket currently that need to be closed, then we just return false. And then at the end, we're gonna return length of open is 0, meaning that we should not have any remaining open brackets at the end of our check. Let me quickly walk through the code again to make sure I haven't missed anything. First of all, I'm gonna create a deck which function as a stack. Then I'm gonna create a mapping variable that map the open bracket to the close bracket. And then I'm gonna go through all the character it has. If it is an open bracket, I'm gonna put it inside our stack. If it is not, then I need to make sure that there is an open bracket of the that match with the current close bracket. If it is not, then I return that it's not a valid parenthesis. And then by the end of the code, all of the open bracket has to be closed. So I gotta make sure that the length of our stack is empty. I think that should work. Now let me test the code with our examples and make sure it works as intended. So for the first one, we have open and close. And then word open, we have open, and then at the next step, we check that there is a close of the same type, which is true. So that's why we return true. Now the second one, we have open close, then square bracket, curly bracket. So open, we will have this open bracket, and then we pop it out, check that they are the same. Then we obtain another uh, a square bracket, square open bracket. And then we found that there is a close there, and then followed by the curly bracket, which also has the close. So this will return true as well. The third one, we have open bracket, but then followed by the close of square bracket, which is false. So let's see what we do here, and then when we pop it, it's not the same, so we return false. The fourth one, we have open square, close square, and then close. So we obtain the open bracket, obtain the open square bracket, then we pop out the squared one, pop out the regular parentheses. At the end, we return true. Now, as an edge case, let's look at how it handles when there is only one open 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 bracket. In this case, we append it, and then at the end, we check the length is not 0 because there is a remaining open bracket, so we return false. How about there is only a close bracket? So when there's a close bracket, we are gonna see that the length there's no open bracket to close, so we just directly return false. Okay, then this will work. Let me just type it into a LeetCode platform, then we can try to submit it. Bracket, then the last one is curly bracket, and then close curly bracket. Okay. Now let's see next. Try to run it or test it, and then let's submit it. And this should be correct. Yes, we got it correct this time. So thank you everyone.